Okay, boys and girls, so today's our last day that we're going to focus on measurement, and tomorrow we're going to start something new. So Friday you watched a video on measuring in inches, foot, and or feet, and yard. So one thing to remember is that when you're measuring in inches, that means you are measuring, usually use inches to measure short objects. When you use feet and yards to measure distances, we use feet and yards to measure distances and the lengths of longer objects. So if I look at my examples up here, I see a paper clip, and a paper clip is about 1 inch long. And then when I look at the size of my paper, the paper is about 1 foot long. And when I want to think about what 1 foot is like 12 inches on your ruler. So if you have your inch ruler at home and you look at where number 12 is, that would be one foot. If you went to 24, that would be 2 feet. And then the last one, a baseball bat is about 1 yard long. And if you want to compare it to inches, it would be 36. 1 yard equals 36 inches. So today, what I'm going to have you guys do is get a dry erase board or a piece of paper, and then I'm going to have you number your board or paper 1 to 6, and you're going to write the best unit of measure that you would use to measure each object. So remember, you have your hints up here that tell you what measurements to use. And so let's go ahead. We'll do the first one together since it's already done for us. So number 1 is a crayon. What would you use to measure a crayon? And they circled inch. So for number 1, you guys should write the word inch. And yes, we would use, we would measure it in inches because a crayon is small and it's definitely not as big as 1 foot. Okay, number 2. Looks like a glove to me. So what would you use to measure the glove? And go ahead and write the word, either write inch, foot, or yard. And I'm not going to give the answers on this because I'm going to have you guys turn this in to me. Number 3 is a real size football field, even though that doesn't look like one, but think of a real size football field. Maybe think of Green Bay Packers football field. Or you can think of the Minnesota Vikings ones. Or the Steelers. Whoops, sorry. I don't know if I named everybody's teams, but there you go. So what would you use to measure a football field? Inch, foot, or yard? Okay, then number 4. Looking at measuring a girl, or think about measuring a classmate. What would you use to measure a person? Would you measure an inch, inches, a foot, or a yard? Number 5, it looks like a table to me, or a desk. So let's go, what would you measure a desk with? Would you measure it in inches, a foot, or a yard? And then the last one is a fence. What would you use to measure a fence? Inch, foot, or yard? Okay, go ahead and take a picture of your assignment, and you can either email it to me or send it on Seesaw.